Hey everyone, what's up? Yeah, I was going to do this morning, but I didn't really run out of time, except I didn't want to take any chances around the 9 o'clock hour and everything that my mom might get up, because usually she does. But she slept in a little longer today. I guess she was tired after everything that's gone on. But anyway, I wanted to talk about this. Real quickly. I want to talk about this real quickly, like I said. I was reading over at the Sega forums, I think it was the Sega forums, that one fan, maybe several, I'm not really sure, compared the Worlds Unite crossover, or is comparing the Worlds Unite crossover to being somewhat being that and like Marvel's Infinity War. I know, it sounds strange, right? But they said there's many similarities that prove the point. One, you have a whole bunch of characters coming in from, not just maybe the main comic books involved and the main characters involved, but you have a bunch of other characters from other franchises, or as Marvel had it, other comic books that are coming in almost towards the end for the big climax. So here's basically where they feel that there's a comparison or similarity. The fact that we're getting towards crunch time with this crossover, and now all of a sudden you're bringing in all these other characters from all these different franchises. From Alex Kidd, Street Fighter, Nights into Dreams, Ghosts and Goblins, you name it. Arakomi, whatever its name, or that dog spirit, or that wolf spirit or Arakami or something like that. You have them all coming in almost at the last minute to help out with this battle. And when one does think about it and look at it, it does seem eerily similar to that of Infinity War. Because here you have the main antagonist trying to become godlike. And I think even you have some villains beneath him that are trying to take that power for themselves, and will basically fail at doing so. So the question is it very similar? Is Archie Comics, with the help of Sega and Capcom, doing their own take on the Infinity War? One might think that due to the fact, like I said, you have all these characters coming in, a majority of them coming in at the last minute, just for the climax. So one has to wonder if that is the case, and if it is, will it prove to be, a success? As for Archie, will it prove to be? Will it prove to be a success for Archie, in the end? No one really knows. No one really knows, but when you have people saying that the crossover is very similar to another major crossover that had been done, and is getting ready to be adapted, is getting ready to be adapted. You know, one has to wonder if that might be the case. I mean, is Archie Comics doing their own take on Infinity War what will unite? One has to think that. And right now I look at it as maybe that's the case. I mean, yes, some can say it's a cash cow. I mean, even Mega Beatman points out the fact that it might. I mean, Mega Beatman, I think in his own way, has pointed out how much this has been rushed, not just with like the inside jokes in the comic, but with the fact that you have some continuity flubs or flubs entirely. You have continuity flubs are basically artistic flubs entirely, like with issue 9, not issue 9, but with part 9 in Sonic Universe. And you have Styx with X going into a portal, but yet you have it with the Street Fighter team. And it's like, what's going on? Who made this mistake? So, yeah, some people might interpret that as being a cash cow and being rushed into production because of that. But again, those are other things pointed out as being, other people have pointed out as being flaws. And the fact that, when you have people say and come out and say, hey, this is very similar somewhat, if not almost identical to another major comic book crossover in Infinity War, and that kind of shows you that Archie, I think in a sense, is Archie along with Sega and Capcom are kind of desperate to not only have a cash cow and not only create another cash cow here, but they are desperate for maybe attention on the fact that, look, we got just as good comics, we're crossing over with a lot of other people, hey, look at us, we could be just as good. I think in a sense Archie kind of feels lost in the shuffle. I mean, they're doing what they can to become get noticed, put themselves back on the maps with these kind of crossovers, as well as you got a Betty and Veronica movie possibly in the works, and a Riverdale series on CW coming. So I don't know. Is it? So I don't know, but could the fan be right? Could these fans be right that this is basically like Infinity War? You guys let me know what you think down below. Comment if you like. And I am out.